Have you ever found yourself wanting to run Kali Linux on your Windows machine? If so, you've come to the right place. In this video, we'll walk you through a detailed step-by-step guide on how to download and install Kali Linux in a VirtualBox on your Windows system. Now you may be wondering why you'd want to do this. If you're a cybersecurity enthusiast or a student diving into the vast ocean of network security, Kali Linux is a treasure trove. It's packed with numerous tools for penetration testing, forensic analysis, and security auditing. Or perhaps you're just a tech enthusiast keen on exploring different operating systems. Regardless of your reason, running Kali Linux in a VirtualBox allows you to experiment freely and safely without affecting your main operating system. So buckle up, folks, because by the end of this video, you'll be able to run Kali Linux on your Windows machine without any hassle. Before we dive into the process, it's important to understand what Kali Linux and VirtualBox are. Kali Linux is an open-source operating system designed specifically for digital forensics and penetration testing. It's a powerful tool used by cybersecurity professionals and ethical hackers around the globe. Kali Linux is packed with more than 600 pre-installed penetration testing programs, from Wireshark to AirCrack-eng. It's like a Swiss Army knife for anyone interested in cybersecurity, providing the tools necessary to test the strength of a network's security measures. Now, let's talk about VirtualBox. VirtualBox is a free and open-source software for virtualization, developed by Oracle Corporation. It allows you to run different operating systems on your computer without having to partition your hard drive or rebooting your system. Think of VirtualBox as a computer within your computer. It's like having multiple computers running on a single machine, each with its own operating system and software. The combination of Kali Linux and VirtualBox is quite powerful. Running Kali Linux on VirtualBox provides a safe and isolated environment to conduct penetration testing or explore new tools without risking your primary operating system. It's like having your own personal cybersecurity lab right on your computer. You can experiment, make mistakes, and learn without fear of causing any real damage. Moreover, VirtualBox makes it incredibly easy to manage and switch between different operating systems. This is particularly useful for those who need to use multiple operating systems for different tasks. Maybe you're a developer who needs to test software on different platforms, or you're a cybersecurity student looking for a safe playground to practice your skills. Either way, VirtualBox has you covered. Now that we understand the basics, we can jump into the installation process. The first step in this process is to download the necessary software. We'll be needing two key pieces of software for this tutorial: Kali Linux and VirtualBox. Let's begin with Kali Linux. This is an open-source software maintained and funded by Offensive Security Limited. It is specifically designed for digital forensics and penetration testing. To download this software, navigate to the official Kali Linux website. You'll find a download section on the home page. Click on it and then select the version of Kali Linux that is compatible with your system. We recommend downloading the latest version to ensure you have all the updated features and security patches. Please be patient as the download may take a while depending on your internet speed. Next up is VirtualBox. This is a powerful x86 and AMD 64/Intel 64 virtualization product for enterprise and home use. VirtualBox allows you to run multiple operating systems at the same time on your computer. You can download this software from the official VirtualBox website. Once there, click on the download section and select the version suitable for your system. Again, we suggest using the latest version for optimal performance. Now, a word of caution here. It is crucial to download these softwares only from their official websites. Downloading from unverified sources can expose your system to unnecessary risks, including malware and other security threats. Remember, in the world of cybersecurity, it's always better to be safe than sorry. Once both downloads are complete, make sure to verify the integrity of the files. This step ensures that the files have not been tampered with and are safe to install. Most websites will provide a checksum or a digital signature that you can use to verify the files. With both softwares downloaded, we are ready to move on to the next step. In the following scene, we'll walk you through the process of installing VirtualBox on your system. So, stay tuned and let's dive deep into the world of cybersecurity together. Once you've downloaded VirtualBox, The next step is to install it. Our journey to creating a secure virtual environment for cybersecurity exploration is progressing nicely. Now, it's time to get VirtualBox up and running on your Windows machine. The installation process is quite straightforward, but let's go through it step by step to ensure you don't miss any important details. Start by locating the VirtualBox installer you've just downloaded. It should be in your Downloads folder, unless you've specified a different location. Double-click on the installer to kickstart the process. A setup wizard will appear, guiding you through the installation. Click Next to proceed. You'll be presented with a series of options regarding the features to be installed, such as networking features, Python support, and VirtualBox USB support. By default, all these are selected, and it's recommended you leave them as is unless you have a very specific reason to uncheck any of them. Click Next to proceed. The next screen will prompt you about network interfaces. It's important to note that your internet connection will temporarily be disrupted as VirtualBox sets up its network interfaces. Don't be alarmed, this is perfectly normal. Continue by clicking Yes, then Install. The installation will now begin. A series of permission prompts may appear, asking you to authorize the installation. Simply click Yes or Install as necessary. The installation may take a few minutes, so now would be a good time to grab a cup of tea. Once the installation is complete, you'll see a Finish button. Click on it and voila! You've successfully installed VirtualBox on your Windows machine. Remember that VirtualBox is a powerful tool, and like all powerful tools, it requires careful handling. Always ensure you're using the most recent version and keep an eye out for any updates. With VirtualBox installed, we are halfway through the process. Our next step is installing Kali Linux within this newly set up environment. Stay tuned and let's continue this exciting journey into the world of cybersecurity. The final step is to install Kali Linux within the VirtualBox. Let's get started. First, launch your VirtualBox. Click on the New button to create a fresh virtual machine. Name it Kali Linux, set the type as Linux, and the version as Debian 64-bit. This is because Kali Linux is built on the Debian distribution of Linux. Next, allocate memory to your virtual machine. A minimum of 2 GB is recommended, but if your system allows, you can allocate more. In the hard disk section, select Create a virtual hard disk now. Choose VDI as the hard disk type, and for storage, select Dynamically Allocated. This means that the virtual hard disk will only use space on your physical hard disk as it fills up to a maximum fixed size. Now set the hard disk file size. 20 GB should suffice, but again, if your system allows, feel free to allocate more. The virtual machine setup is complete. Now it's time to install Kali Linux. Click on Start and a new window will pop up asking for a startup disk. Click on the folder icon and locate the ISO file you downloaded earlier. The installation process will begin. When asked, choose Graphical Install. Set your language, location, and keyboard preferences. When you reach the Partition Disks section, choose Guided. Use entire disk, then all files in one partition. This is the easiest and most straightforward setup for beginners. Set your root password and continue with the installation. Once the installation is complete, the system will reboot. If you encounter any issues during the installation, don't panic. A quick search online should provide a solution. Remember, the cybersecurity community is vast and always willing to help. Congratulations! You have successfully installed Kali Linux in a VirtualBox on your Windows machine. Let's recap what we've done today. We started our journey by delving into the world of Kali Linux and VirtualBox, understanding their functions and why they're essential tools in the realm of cybersecurity. We then moved on to downloading the necessary software. Remember, it's important to source software from trusted platforms to avoid any potential security risks. We then transitioned into the installation process, beginning with VirtualBox. We took it step by step, ensuring that every setting was correctly configured for a seamless experience. Next, we installed Kali Linux within this virtual environment, making sure to allocate sufficient resources for optimal performance. Throughout this process, our focus was on simplicity and clarity, enabling you to follow along with ease. We hope this guide has been helpful and that you're now ready to dive into the fascinating world of cybersecurity with your newly installed Kali Linux. Thank you for watching this guide on installing Kali Linux in a VirtualBox on Windows. Happy exploring!